Good morning. It is Sunday, January 18th, and we are heading towards the new moon in Capricorn. Where I live, it's going to be at 11:51 a.m., and right now I think it's about 8:30. So you can see the sun coming through my window. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Southern California. I feel like we have some clear paths coming, but we're going to have to set the intention for it. And that is exactly what I feel the new moon in Capricorn is for. It's being practical but ambitious. It's not, it's really setting our goals high, but in a practical way. So I did a grid with some information. So if you want to go to my Facebook page or my Instagram page and look at that, that would be cool. It will give you some information about goal setting for this Capricorn moon. So let's just start. I have some story cards. I have an oracle deck and some crow cards and tarot. So let's see what messages the angels, guides, want to bring through for us. As I say every time, this is not a personal reading. It's a reading of the energy of the collective. And so whatever you feel like, oh, that was for me, then it was for you. And everything else you can just kind of put in your head, because tomorrow or maybe the next week, it will make sense to you. And you'll be like, oh, that was for me too. I just didn't realize at the time. So let's pull some cards and see what information is coming through for us. Okay, we have signs, and I know my writing's backwards there, but I have signs all the time. I get numbers, I get feathers, I get synchronicities, I have clouds. So whatever signs you want to see, ask. Can you show me? Can you show me this? And you will start seeing the signs for sure. This is showing a lot of birds, flowers. I'll just tell you, one time I was driving along and I saw a yellow cat, and then about 2 miles later, I saw the same yellow cat. Well, of course, it wasn't the same yellow cat. It was just a big yellow cat. And then a couple of miles after that, I saw another yellow cat. And I'm like, that means something. I need to go investigate what that means. Because when the universe wants you to know something and you're not meditating and listening, it can start showing you in big ways. So I always recommend the easiest sign is to just sit and quiet yourself and listen to the universe. Okay, what else do you have first? We're going to look for signs. We are looking for signs. What else? Oh, it says perfection, and we know that's not possible. There never is perfection. We can always have progress, and I think that my feeling is that for this new moon in Capricorn, we can be ambitious and we can make progress on our goals. We need to set realistic goals for our realistic steps for our big goal. But we have to know that we're never going to have perfection. The only perfection that there is in this world is the heavenly perfection. And really, that's what's the love inside of us. For me, that's the perfection. Is the love inside of us. Okay, these two flew out, so we'll take them and then we'll move on to a different deck. Oh, three of them came out. We have walls, we have wonder, and we have battle. Well, for sure, I think that we have a lot of walls right now in not just our country, but in the world. A lot of people are having to battle for their rights, to battle for what is right, to battle for freedom. Because once we understand that until all of us are free, none of us are free, there will continue to be big walls. And the wall to knock down also is the wall of thinking we're all separate, because we're not all separate. We're all the same. But I love this. They have these, they're hidden behind this big wall, but I can see antlers here, and they're joined together. They're joined together. So whatever wall is in front of us right now, on the other side of that, as long as we're staying joined together on the other side of that, look at, there's pretty vines coming through, and we have happy little animals here. So I believe that once we knock those walls down, we will find peace. Unfortunately, do I think we're going to have to do some battle? This battle could be, you know, it's not just always physical battle, it's determination battle. It's a soul battle. So meditating and visualizing peace, visualizing freedom can always help, because we do want to be able to wander freely. We want to be able to wander freely without people questioning us about who we are and where we were born, right? Wow, that's a lot of heavy stuff, huh? But I do feel that in this new moon in Capricorn, we can start making, there is going to start being some changes. There's going to start being some changes for us in the United States and for people in the world too. So I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards here and see what messages we get for where we're at, what our advice is, and what we could maybe expect down the line. Of course, whenever I do readings, whenever we get to outcomes, you know, we all have free choice. So if the cards say one thing, that's just the energy of what's going on right now, and we have free choice to change the path we're on. If we don't like something, we need to fix it, personally and community-wise, and speak our truth. Okay, here we go. Here's our situation. Okay, so we have the 7, excuse me, 7 of Pentacles. We've been working hard to gather up what's ours. That's where we're at. Some people have more than others, and I think that's part of the battle. Part of the battle is there's huge inequality, but we've been working hard. We've been working hard to for our resources. We've been working hard. What else do you want us to know, angels? I love that they're showing us here not only the Pentacles, but I have an Earth, and then I also have, it looks like the galaxy. The galaxy. So it's not just the resources is not just our physical things we can touch, but also our spiritual knowings, I guess I could say. That it's not just all here on Earth. It's not just all here on Earth. So we can have accumulation of those things we've been working on that are the richest for us, that are tangible, but also spiritual. Okay, what's our advice? Angels, what are our advice? Guys, what advice do we have? The advice is to, we're going to have to fight a little bit for what we want. So because some people are going to want to take more than is their share. I have the 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords to me is that at this time is that we're going to have to, when we're given a little bit, we're going to need to take that, but keep looking for where ways where we can gain more. Set our intention, ways where we can gain more. And our outcome is the Page of Wands, which means we're gonna figure out actions to get where we're gonna have some actions. We're gonna figure out the actions to make our world how we want. I do feel we're going to get there. It's not going to be immediately. It's going to take a little bit of time. We can't give up. We can't lose hope. We have to stay focused on our vision of what is possible with love and clarity. And reach out. Reach out to others who need help. Reach out if you need help. Like those antlers with the butterflies around them. Reach out. Find your community. Okay, let's pull a couple of these cards and see what messages are coming through. We have communion. So it looks pretty desolate, doesn't it? It looks like those big trees, but there's little buds growing on them. There's little buds growing on them there. So I think that is the symbol that as we all come together energetically, for sure, as we come together energetically, we're going to see some new growth, some new pathways opening up for us personally, because everybody can do that, right? And society-wise. Okay, and we have magic. And for sure, when I was making my grid today, I've never done this before, but after I made the grid and I was writing down for my Instagram, like what steps to take, I said, and then use your magic. Use your magic to visualize those things happening. And I think that's where we are right now. We all need to take, I don't know, 2 minutes a day, a couple of times a day, and just stop and put our hands on our heart and visualize using our magic how we want the world to be. Not just for us, but for everybody, for the animals, for the planet. How do we want it to look? And use our magic, because we all have magic. So that applies to everybody. Okay, and then we have duality, because some people are never going to believe they have magic. Even though I'm saying that everybody does, some people are not going to believe it. So here's a person, they have their blindfold on. They're only going to see the negative thing of what's being shown to them. And then we have somebody who is believing in magic and they are seeing a butterfly. And I truly, in my heart, know that's how it works. So use your magic. Stay in your heart. Even when you are being shown the horrendous, I want to say, the horrendous shit show that's going on in our world, know that you can use your magic of your heart to make changes. Abracadabra. Okay, let's see. This is an oracle deck, and I just got this one, so I might have to look it up if I don't know what it is. I got it because on the front of it, it's the Enchanted Wheel Oracle. On the front of it, it had a phoenix, and just that color of the phoenix drew me in, because for 2026, I feel like the crystal of the year is carnelian, because it's going to give us willpower. It's going to give us some fire in our hearts to continue on, to make things good for us personally and our communities. So let's see what we have here. What's coming through here? I have regeneration, source, alchemy. Okay, here we go again. We have magic, right? We have magic. We can use our magic. We can use our magic to make things better. We can use our magic and our true inner connection to the universe, to God, to whatever you believe in. There is magic there, and we can tap into that, and we can use it to make things better. Well, I guess I could end there, but I feel like I should pull one more. And you know, I always totally appreciate when the angels and guides, make sure that have the cards come out to make a solid message, I guess, I would say. Okay, what do we have here? I have the fox, and it says ingenuity, observation, and shape shifting. We can use our ingenuity. We can use our observation to see what's going on. We're seeing what's going on. We know what's going on. We're seeing what's going on. And I'll tell you, I don't care I don't even watch that news anymore because it's just so ridiculous. We know what's going on. We can see it with our own eyes and our own hearts. And we can make we can shift what's going on. Okay, one more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I have Morgan Le Fay, which is power, legacy, and fae. So she's magic too. There's a kids series, The Magic Treehouse, I believe it is. The Magic Treehouse. I read them to my kids years ago when they first came out. The Magic Treehouse, and one of the characters in there is Morgan Le Fay, and she is magic. She is power and she is magic. And I think, there's a lot of cards in here that don't deal with anything like this. So for sure, my angels, my guides, they are sending the message to me, and I am sharing it with you for all of us, that it's time for us to get in our hearts to really use our power, to use our magic, because we do have power and we have magic in our hearts. It's not just out here in the physical world, it's inside here. So even if you just take a minute, a day, twice a day, and sit and put your hand on your heart and really take a deep breath and send healing energy to the whole universe, to a certain situation, to a certain person you feel needs that healing, it can make a big difference. But don't forget your own individual goals for this new moon in Capricorn. Write them down and then make step by step logical ways for you to get there. And I'm going to say give yourself a 6-month timeline. I think about that time we come to the full moon in Capricorn. I'm not really sure, but I'd have to look it up, but I'm thinking June or July. And so that you can track it. Be realistic. Capricorn's asking you to be, really realistic about stuff and keep track. All right. Thank you. Have a blessed day.